Have you ever pondered on the significance of having a beneficiary in your life? This may not be an everyday thought, but it's a crucial aspect of life planning that deserves our attention. A beneficiary, in simplest terms, is a person or entity you name in a will, insurance policy, retirement account, or other financial agreements to receive the benefits or assets upon your demise. This could be a spouse, child, friend, or even a charitable organization. The central role of a beneficiary is to ensure that your assets are distributed according to your wishes after you're gone. Imagine you've worked hard all your life, saving and investing, creating a nest egg. You've built a legacy, and you want to make sure it's passed on to the right hands. That's where a beneficiary comes into play. In different life situations, the importance of a beneficiary becomes more evident. For instance, in retirement plans, naming a beneficiary allows the funds to go directly to the person you've chosen, bypassing the often lengthy and complex probate process. Similarly, for life insurance policies, your beneficiary will receive the payout from your policy if something were to happen to you. This can provide a financial safety net for your loved ones at a time when they may need it most. And let's not forget about bank accounts. By designating a beneficiary for your bank account, you can ensure that the money in your account is quickly and easily accessible to your loved ones after your death. But it's not just about distributing assets. Having a beneficiary also prevents legal complications for your loved ones. Without a named beneficiary, your assets could end up in the hands of someone you never intended or get stuck in legal limbo, causing unnecessary stress and financial strain for your loved ones. So, the question isn't whether you need a beneficiary, but rather who that beneficiary should be. It's about making informed decisions now that can have long-lasting impacts later. Having a beneficiary not only ensures your peace of mind, but also prevents legal complications for your loved ones. Choosing a beneficiary is not a decision to take lightly. It's a decision that requires careful consideration, and understanding that is the first step in making an informed choice. When choosing a beneficiary, one key aspect to consider is their age. Now, why is that? Well, if you're thinking of naming a minor as your beneficiary, remember that the law prohibits minors from directly inheriting assets. This means a legal guardian would need to be appointed to manage the assets until the minor comes of age. It's a process that can be complex and time-consuming, which is why it's crucial to think about the age of your beneficiary. The next factor to consider is the relationship between you and your beneficiary. Typically, people choose their spouse, children, or other close family members. However, you're not limited to family. You can choose a friend, a charity, or even a trust. The important thing is that the person or entity you choose is someone you trust and who will honor your wishes. Another key aspect is the beneficiary's ability to manage the assets. It's essential to consider whether your chosen beneficiary is financially responsible. If you're leaving behind a substantial amount, you want to be confident that your beneficiary can handle this responsibility. Choosing a beneficiary might seem like a simple decision, but it's not. It's a choice that can have far-reaching consequences. For instance, it can affect your family's financial stability and their ability to cover expenses after your death. It can also influence how your estate is divided and who gets what. I should also mention the potential pitfalls of not choosing a beneficiary carefully. If you don't name a beneficiary, or if your chosen beneficiary predeceases you and you haven't named a contingent beneficiary, your assets may have to go through probate. This is a legal process that can be lengthy, costly, and stressful for your loved ones. Remember, the decision of who to name as your beneficiary can have long-lasting effects. It's not just about who gets your assets. It's about ensuring your loved ones are taken care of when you're no longer around. So, take your time, think it through, and make a choice that reflects your wishes and protects those you care about. Is it possible to change your beneficiary once you've named one? It's a question that surfaces quite often, and the answer is generally yes. Many people believe that once a beneficiary is chosen, it's set in stone. But that's not the case. You have the flexibility to change your beneficiary in most instances. Now, how do you go about this change? It's usually as simple as filling out a new beneficiary designation form with your insurance company, financial institution, or wherever your asset resides. But remember, it's crucial to keep your designations up to date to reflect your current wishes. Why might you need to change your beneficiary? Life happens. Marriages end, children are born, loved ones pass away. These major life events often necessitate a review of your beneficiary designations. It's all about ensuring your assets go where you want them to when you're no longer here. Being able to change your beneficiary allows you to adapt to life's unpredictable changes. Before we continue, we have a quick request. If you're finding this content valuable, show us some love. Tap that like button and hit subscribe. It's a simple click for you, but for us, it's a huge boost. It enables us to keep bringing you quality content like this. Plus, you'll always be in the loop with our latest videos. So go ahead, click like, hit subscribe, and let's keep this learning journey going together. Thank you for your support. Let's carry on with our topic. What happens if you don't name a beneficiary? Now that's a question we need to ponder. The consequences can be more far-reaching than one might initially think. Imagine for a moment a person passes away without designating a beneficiary on their assets. The aftermath? A potential whirlwind of legal complications and disputes. This is particularly true when there are substantial assets involved, or when the deceased has multiple heirs. Without a named beneficiary, the assets of the deceased fall into the realm of the probate process. This process is essentially a legal proceeding that is designed to distribute the assets of the deceased to their rightful heirs. But it's not as simple as it sounds. The probate process can be a long and arduous journey, fraught with delays and legal hurdles. It can take months, and in some cases, even years to reach a resolution. This prolonged probate process can take a toll on the family members left behind. It's not just about the time, but also the emotional stress. Dealing with the loss of a loved one is hard enough, but having to navigate through a maze of legalities adds a whole other layer of stress. Moreover, the probate process is public. This means that the assets of the deceased, their value, and who they are distributed to become a matter of public record. This lack of privacy can lead to unwanted attention and potential disputes among family members or other interested parties. To add to the complications, if the deceased has debts, these will need to be settled before any assets can be distributed. This could potentially mean selling off assets to pay creditors, leaving less for the heirs. In a nutshell, not having a beneficiary can lead to a web of complications, creating unnecessary stress, delays, and potential disputes for your loved ones. It's a scenario that can be easily avoided by taking the time to designate a beneficiary. Not having a beneficiary can lead to unnecessary complications for your loved ones. So, why not save them the hassle? Make sure you have a designated beneficiary for your assets. It's a simple step, but it can make a world of difference for those you leave behind. Let's recap what we've learned today. The importance of having a beneficiary cannot be overstated. It's a crucial step in financial planning, one that ensures your assets are distributed according to your wishes and not left to the whims of legal proceedings. A beneficiary can be a person, a charity, a trust, or even a business, and they are the ones who will receive your assets or benefits upon your passing. When choosing a beneficiary, there are key aspects to consider. Your relationship with the person, their age, their financial stability, and their ability to manage the assets are all important factors. It's not a decision to be taken lightly, and it's always wise to seek professional advice if you're unsure. And if circumstances change, remember, your choice of beneficiary isn't set in stone. You have the right to change your beneficiary at any time, provided you're of sound mind and not under any undue influence. Life's unpredictable twists and turns may necessitate a revision of your beneficiary designation, and that's perfectly okay. There are, however, serious consequences of not having a beneficiary. It could lead to a long, drawn-out legal process known as probate, which can be stressful and costly for your loved ones. It might also result in your assets being distributed in a way that you wouldn't have chosen. In the worst-case scenario, your hard-earned assets could end up going to the state. This all underscores the importance of designating a beneficiary. It's not just about you, it's about ensuring a smooth transition for your loved ones after you're gone. It's about providing them with financial security and sparing them unnecessary stress and heartache. Please, if you haven't done so already, take some time to consider who you'd want to be your beneficiary. Discuss it with your loved ones, seek professional advice if needed, and make sure to keep your beneficiary designations up to date. We hope this video has shed light on the importance of having a beneficiary and motivated you to take action. It's a small step that can make a big difference. Remember, having a beneficiary is not just about you. It's about ensuring a smooth transition for your loved ones after you're gone.